I said, we back, huh?
Sir, can you stop talking? Sir, can you please adjust your camera so that we can see you clearly? Sir, can you turn your camera around so you're not sideways? All right, I'm ready on Anderson. This is case number 205655401, the people of the state of Michigan versus Corey Wendell Anderson. The defendant is charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ivan Land, P65879, appearing on behalf of Corey Anderson, who's present on the screen. Your Honor, we have no objection to holding these proceedings by Zoom. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you say your P number? I'm sorry.
Yes, P65879, Your Honor.
Mr. Anderson, please unmute and state your name.
Anderson.
Please state your name and turn off your devices. State your name again, please.
Corey Wendell Anderson.
Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Mr. Land, as to the arraignment on the bench warrant,
We stand mute, Your Honor.
court enters a not guilty plea. It appears that Mr. Anderson actually capious from a review that he is on probation to the court. Whoops. That his probation officer is Lori Bumpus, and that he was placed on probation by me October the 21st, 2020. He is going to have to turn off his other devices. He was ordered.
Yeah.
Sir, what is going on? Let me come up. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. I'm gonna need you to make sure all your devices are turned off. Okay. I don't even know what this means, conservation, restitution. I have no idea what that means. They must have, somebody typed that in wrong, because I don't even know what that means. But his total fines, cost, and fees look like it was $1,020. It was delayed under 771. It's no longer delayed under 771. He was given 3 days credit for time served in jail. I said I would consider an early review after 5 months. And then that was in October 2020. And then he was supposed to come for review in March of 2021. He failed to appear. A bench warrant was issued. And then some kind of way he made a payment, even though it should have been, he had an arraignment on the bench warrant in 21. And then I said he must have started his probation and paid some money by July 14th. When July 14th came, he didn't come. So then he's been in warrant status since July 14th.
So are there new charges of disorderly conduct, or this is just a probation violation?
No, this is just a probation violation.
In the original charge was it the curfew for the COVID?
It was some.
Yeah, Your Honor, so I can explain with my client. So my client, in his defense, he lost 7 family members to COVID, and it was after a funeral. Police came, perhaps the curfew. I know a lot of judges didn't like that particular law, but it was a law, Your Honor. My client is I wouldn't.
I wasn't one of those judges.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor. Outstanding guy, Your Honor. Helps people around the community. Was
Well, why did he go missing?
Your Honor, he's under my watch now. I can't answer that. I know his family. I've been knowing his family my whole life, Your Honor. Let several tenants that could not afford their rent. He didn't try to get the Sears money or anything. He didn't try to evict them. Outstanding gentleman. And I heard this court state that they would remove his 771.1. Your Honor, I would ask that the court not do this. My client can make the full payment of anything he owes today. And he would ask that this matter be closed out, Your Honor. He's not a bad individual, Your Honor. But I did explain to my client, I know COVID was tough on everyone, lost a family member, had a disagreement with some police officers, Your Honor, and he's before this court, which I told him, I know this court is very fair, but if he must obey the laws of this court, Your Honor, and he does apologize. And, as far as his cell phone, Your Honor, he understands that he needs to turn it off, but he has a lot of, I would say, elderly clients. So he actually sleeps with his ringer on and forgot to turn it off because he really does help the community, Your Honor. I know it doesn't sound like that the way he fails to appear in court, but Your Honor, I would ask for you to give him the benefit of the doubt and allow him to keep 771.1 and just close this matter out, Your Honor.
I have to tell Ms. Stevenson sometimes, I said, ooh, if I could have my eyes closed and just hear what the lawyer says about their client, that would probably go a long way. But it's not the fact that he had the phone on, it's the fact of how he responded when I said he had to turn the phone off. Right. And right there, it just don't be necessary, right? It's not necessary. So what I did was recite everything that was taking place in the register. That's all I did was recite it.
Yeah.
And then because the law says that if a person, the sentence can only be delayed for 12 months. So that's where we mess up when we don't come back to court in the 12 months. That's not my fault, that's his fault. The law said 12 months. You gotta delay the sentence within 12 months. And if it ain't in 12 months, then it's no longer delayed. Now, it appears that he already paid the money.
Okay.
Right? It looked like he has a zero balance.
Okay.
Looks like he already paid the money. Looks like the great man that you speak of just needed to come to court. That's what it sounds like. Now, he paid the money after the 12 months. He paid the money after the 12 months. Let's see. Looks like he paid the balance. Oh, and he was supposed to do 5 days of community service. So he was supposed to do 5 days of community service and pay the money. He paid the money and he didn't do the 5 days of community service. But let me see when he paid the money. That's when he came back to me in 21 and I said he needs to have that money paid, some money paid. Then he did pay.
May I interject when you allow me, Your Honor?
Mr. Flanagan, what does conservation restitution mean?
I'm looking at that too, Your Honor. That must have been an old entry code or something, because I've never seen that before.
Okay. So then I'm looking at May 4th and it says credit card tender. That means he paid $720, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that was before the thing. And then his balance today is zero, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Land.
Your Honor, and I'm not trying to be snotty, but you are the boss, Your Honor. I really don't care what the law says. You can do it, Your Honor.
I would never do that, Mr. Land. I would never do that.
You are the boss, Your Honor. I know they have laws, but
I'm the boss. However, I'm the boss and I'm in the judicial branch and the legislators are the legislators and they make the law. Whether I agree with them or not, it is my, unless I believe them to be constitutionally in error, it is my obligation to follow them. Now, that being said, it appears that Mr. Anderson did actually pay the money within the 12 months. He had a zero balance. He doesn't, I don't know what happened to the community service, but I just have a good feeling that he didn't do it. But let me just say this, and then I'm gonna tell you my decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't one of those judges who didn't like the curfew, because y'all should have had your hand parts at home. It was stay home and stay safe. And then we talking about everybody dying from COVID, and I am so sorry for his loss. I'm sorry for the loss that I suffered. I'm sorry for the loss that you suffered. But if we were staying at home and staying safe, some of us wouldn't have been suffering the loss. And so I am one of the people who took that order very seriously and was irritated at the people that was out in the park and stuff, partying and all of that. So having, trying to make sure that my elderly loved ones were safe and not infected, and all of that, I stayed my hind parts home and I stayed safe. And I lost some people, not in my family, but people who were very near and dear to my heart, because people wasn't staying home and staying safe. But having said that, I am willing to waive the community service because I have a feeling he didn't do it, and I'm not going to even check and see, right? Because I have a good feeling he didn't do it, because he was gone. He'd been gone all that time. He did pay the money. And additionally, I already had given him credit for 3 days. So when I sentenced him, I must have been really feeling real strong about the fact that y'all wasn't staying home and was arguing with the police when they was trying to get you to go home. It don't matter if somebody is deceased. Don't matter if we were out at the funeral. It doesn't matter that we were grieving at the time. If the people told you to go home because it was a curfew, go home. Go grieve on your front porch. Go grieve in your backyard, but get off the city streets. So I don't know, I must have been feeling real strong because I gave him community service and credit for the 3 days. So I'm going to take away the community service. He has the credit for the 3 days served in jail, and he paid the money. I am going to therefore honor the delayed sentence because it was completed within the 12 years, not because I'm the boss and the most important judge in the whole world, but because he completed it during the time that the legislators have set for him to complete it within. So we are going to close Mr. Anderson out of this probation. I will honor the delayed sentence. I will dismiss the matter with prejudice, and I will set aside the conviction. Mr. Land, if you could send that dismissal to the clerk, dismissal with prejudice to the clerk, and then I will have probation submit the order of discharge. Anything further?
Always a pleasure, Your Honor. Thank you so very much.
Always a pleasure. And
Take care, Your Honor. Stay safe.
It's good to see you still doing this.
Yeah, the big
All
day.
right.
The big day is in 2 days, so
Really?
yeah. So
And I understand. I
Yeah.
definitely understand. All right. Well, you take care and be strong, okay?
I see you got your APA looking like a movie star.
That's her. But oh wait. What happened to he must have made a mistake and pushed delete as soon as he said that. I was gonna tell him, no, that was you. You, that's your Beyonce. Look. All right, Mr. Anderson, we'll mail you a copy. Because I didn't remove Mr. Land. I didn't remove him.